this franchise because the Chargers one I'm thinking about starting probably Saturday when I have a full day off. And then I'll probably do this one as well. But for those of you who missed the last one or for whatever reason just didn't get around to watching it yet, we played the Green Bay Packers. We weren't expecting to win that game at all. We don't have a good team, but won last week's by 7 or 13 and this week by 10. So let's go ahead and just look at the stats there in case you did miss them or maybe you clicked off before viewing them. So Kyle Trask, we only had him throw like how many times? 6 times. We didn't have him throw that often. Against those tougher defenses, I'm probably going to be running the ball more, but he had 30 yards on that one pick, so that wasn't great. Lamar Jefferson had 172 and a touchdown. Reynolds also had 141. No touchdown for him, though, but we ran 54 times in total. So, yeah, that's a lot. Not going to bother going over the receiving stats for obvious reasons. Defensively, no tackles for loss. We did get 2 sacks from Nick Vigil, and Derek Barnes also got a sack, and we didn't get anything interception-wise, which you don't expect. And we didn't have to kick any field goals. So that was a very good performance by the offense, all things considered. Now we are playing Baltimore this week, which means the defense is going to have to stop Lamar Jackson, the run game in general, and probably is going to be a lot closer than the other games. They only have to get to like midfield or hour 40 to be in Justin Tucker field goal range, so that's a problem. I believe, if I'm correct, we did have a breakout scenario for this game, potentially, and if we did not, then oh well, but I'm pretty sure Jamar does have one. But let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to play this game, and then we might go ahead and play a second one as well. I'm not sure yet, but definitely want to get the Ravens game done. We'll see how long it actually takes us to play it and how much time they take off the clock. Because if this is only like a 10-15 minute video, I'd rather do another game and make up for the shorter one last time I did this franchise. Okay, so Baltimore unsurprisingly drives down and scores a touchdown right away. So as we've been doing, Jefferson's going to start with a carry here. He does get down to the 29. Pretty good carry. In 2 weeks, he already has nearly 400 yards. So,
Charles, how do you think he ran the football? I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better.
Reynolds is in now. Does not pick up anything on that run. So we are going to have to throw the football on this play. Not exactly ideal when you play a defense like the Ravens.
He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one.
Luckily that did count as a completion even though it fell out of his hands. Reynolds gets another carry here. Does pick up 2 this time.
Right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Second down at 7.
Okay, still Reynolds in right now. Khalif Raymond might be our key guy on this play. Overthrew the running back there. This does force us to once again pass the ball.
And you and I both know it's the kind of pick that doesn't often get a fan base really excited.
Okay, that's incomplete. Was not able to throw it early enough for him to stay in bounds, unfortunately.
The NFC's Pro Bowl punter a year ago, Jack Fox, on to punt for the Lions. As he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And they'll play keep away
out at the 13. Inside the 20 is a good punt regardless. Defense cannot stop Lamar and the offense from scoring 3.
Nothing for him yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll be upended at the
Jefferson only has 7 yards on the day.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's
go ahead and carry it
2nd and 7.
again, and there's a big game.
Bulldozes past him.
Gets, I think, 13 on that one.
Takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, partners, my old man used to say, make sure you strap up tight if you're going to try and stop one of those big horses.
Go ahead and hand it off to Jefferson again.
This guy does not go down easily.
Really good carry there. Gets us to their 48 now.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage.
That was Calais Campbell, so that's to be expected.
If you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed
go ahead and flip it this time, so we're running away from Campbell, I think. No, Campbell's on that side. Never mind. We actually flipped the play right into him that time. Does get us down to 39, however. I am going to keep it on the ground for now.
This is 3rd and 1, very likely 4 down
and
territory.
Calais could not auto shed that time, so we picked up, I don't know how much we picked up there. And they for once don't say it.
Might have been 4 down territory if they didn't pick it up, but
yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious though if they
Jefferson does get a decent game there. We're going to do maybe one more play and then let it go down to the 2-minute warning.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd.
Yeah, last play here. Pick up a first.
And he'll take it down here just shy.
Okay, so we'll need to drive 16 yards, hopefully get a touchdown, not give them any more time.
The first half, 10-0, our score.
It's obviously going to be more of a passing down anyways, I think.
Flushed out right.
And that's overthrown, unfortunately.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Very good run by Trask there. Picks up 8. Which does give us the option to go ahead and run on this play, which we'll take every time we have the option to. He does get us down to the 5, 1st and goal. Ravens is in now, and that will be a near first or touchdown there. Fullback dive has kind of been our go-to in these scenarios.
They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Let's go ahead and try a run with Raymond this time.
Proves to be unlucky. On 3rd down, Reynolds.
And we went backwards, unfortunately.
That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. As the clock
We're definitely not going to go for it here because the last time we did that, we got pick 6.
Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
So McPherson does give us a score before half. And surprisingly, we actually did get the ball back. So we do have an option here.
Throw caught by Raymond. And he'll be taken down.
They didn't give us the out of bounds though, which sucks.
The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
We really just need about 15 to 20 yards here.
Eluding the pressure right. Open man is Raymond. He's got it. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Send our Sega Whiteside down the field there.
That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Okay, 1 second remaining. This kick would make it a 4-point game.
This a tough one from 49 yards away. McPherson's
and it is good.
And that will do it. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Broken tackle. 2 broken tackles, but only pick up a yard.
To make the tackle.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about
Kyle Trask is going to have to throw it on this down,
Many
unfortunately.
times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read,
Don't like it coming down to 4th down and he has to throw it, unfortunately. But
throwing Trask.
he had a step. Luckily, he was able to catch it. The Ravens have been burning a lot of clock on their drives, so that's kind of forced us to limit or try to change our game plans too. But down by 4, we still have a very good chance at winning this as long as we don't get a turnover here specifically. We stopped them. I wasn't sure who started the game. I was pretty sure it was them. So that field goal could have came back and bite us, but I was almost certain they started with the ball.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
I don't know why they had me go into a formation like this when I don't have like any actual help.
To throw is Trask.
I would have ran the ball there. I wouldn't have even gone into a passing play had I realized what play I was calling. And maybe a run up the middle this time.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43.
Okay, Jefferson only picks up 3. He hasn't been as good in this game, but it is the Baltimore defense, so I have to kind of keep that in mind. Calais Campbell was too busy trying to shed to realize that we were running the ball there. Okay, I think we can get this screen pass, but who knows.
That's taken in, complete to Reynolds.
Reynolds with a good screen catch there gets us to their 28. Well, if we score here and they don't burn a ton of clock, but they do score, then we'll still have a chance to win this game on our next drive, probably. That's only 2, right? No, 4.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Jefferson. And he'll get a couple.
Another 2 yards by Jefferson, breaking a tackle to get those 2 yards.
But they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Have Jefferson come out of the backfield here.
Flush to his right.
Overthrown.
They're going to be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out...
So 3 field goals by McPherson is the only reason we're on the scoreboard right now. Luckily, they don't do anything, so this is our chance to take the lead by 6.
Defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And this will wind
There's
up
a 12-yard carry there. Very good first drive or first play on this drive.
This size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there.
Raymond picks up 7. No, Reynolds. I don't know why I keep saying Raymond.
Down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Shift this play a little bit, hoping to maybe force some uneven matchups had I wanted to switch that to a passing play.
On 2nd down, Jefferson. And this will wind up a Lions 1st down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run.
Okay, so we've actually ticked it below 6 minutes now.
Look at that one, right up
I think we've only driven like 29 yards or something like that, so, or 19 yards.
On first
1
down.
second left. We
It's
do
Reynolds,
snap the
and
ball.
he'll be taken down just shy
Reynolds
of
gets
midfield.
us to almost
Kayvon
midfield.
Young in on the tackle.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
2, 1, snap the ball.
They'll keep it on the ground. Reynolds.
Big gain there. Gain of 8. We're nearly in field goal range now, I think.
On the ground for him now on 9 carries.
We're not aiming for a field goal, but I definitely don't want to give them the ball back with like 3+ minutes left yet. So we're just going to keep driving, and if we do have to settle for a field goal, hopefully it's inside the 20, because I know they're going to try to ice us if we decide we have to kick the ball instead.
They'll run on first down.
Calais Campbell slows him down, but he still picks up 5. Jefferson is going to get the next carry. I know that this type of gameplay is kind of boring because you're just watching run plays, but with this type of team, you can't really do anything too risky. So we're just going to try to hopefully get this into the end zone on this drive.
On the handoff, it's Jefferson. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens 31. After a gain of 5, they'll
fullback
wind
dive,
up
maybe.
About a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
We're going to let this tick to where it's just below 240. So then we don't have to snap the ball again if we do pick this up, and that'll force the into the 2-minute warning. And they'll probably start calling timeouts as soon as we do that.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he is going to have a Lions first down. Maybe by
He didn't come through on the goal line, but he does come through there to continue this drive. And we're going to let this tick down to the 2-minute warning. I'm going to probably fake out doing a field goal on when we start getting below a minute to force them to use their timeouts. Or maybe they'll just call them anyways because we're on the 29. And they definitely don't want us scoring. They do not. I'm going to run one more play. Priority alert. And the Bears fall behind by 3 to the Browns.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be brought down inside.
Okay, now they call a timeout.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Go ahead, it's 3rd and 1 now.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Jefferson. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
Okay, Reynolds gets to the 14 now.
Even after that strong run we witnessed. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Jefferson
the broken tackle could not free
gets
him
4.
as he's brought down at the 10-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
Not giving Lamar and the Ravens any time here.
3 timeouts left, the clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
And this one is right through. And they take the lead here by 2, 12-10. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment,
So that was a very weird game for us. I think that's one of the few games that I've had that I've only kicked field goals in. But let's look here. 7 for 11, 89 yards for Kyle Trask isn't bad. 107 for Jefferson, 62 for Reynolds, 2 for the fullback, 8 for Trask.
Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they'll fall to 1-2.
Decent amount of spread there.
Next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos.
Defense, a few tackles for loss.
I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast
no interceptions or
partner,
anything. We just all around did great, and then 4 for 4 for McPherson, obviously. So that was a weird win. 1-2, only kicked 4 field goals that game. I think I might force the dev here. Okay, I was going to say I might force the dev there if they gave him any negative yards for some reason. But they did not, so I don't have to force the star dev on Jefferson there. But he did just achieve star dev, so he's probably going to be in the plan to stay for next season. So we're going to do the training, see who all needs to be upgraded afterwards. And then, yeah, I'm gonna save this next game for... Yeah, definitely gonna save this next game for the next video. Don't want to do back-to-back breakout games in one video and not have anything to look forward to next one. So, but we'll be going against the 0-3 Chicago Bears. I'm assuming the score stayed the same against the Browns, and that's what their losing score was, 12-15. We're actually going to switch out Jalen Reagor for... Okay, nobody there is really that good. Jeff Okudah. Menafonwu is who we're going to put there instead. I feel like having these lower overalls as focus players will probably be a lot better for us anyway. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and see who is on our roster now. Or who needs to be upgraded now, I should say. So that extra training bonus looks like it helped Melifonwu get to an upgrade. We're going to use it on slot. Gets into scheme fit, which gives him even more extra XP, which is good for keeping him, improving. Kyle Trask, I'm not sure what I want to do with him in terms of what I want to get better. Awareness and stuff isn't something that you can really plan for. And he's only one out of the archetype that's a scheme fit. So we're going to do that and just continue to go into that, and hopefully he becomes one soon. Play action goes up, throw accuracy, I think that's medium, goes up, and throw power actually goes up by 1. That puts him at 85 throw power, so we're definitely just going to keep going the strong arm and hopefully give him a chance at getting a scheme fit. Tommy Kramer gets an upgrade here. Doesn't really matter, backup left guard. And then Jamar Jefferson actually gets 2 upgrades here. We're going to go ahead and just put both of them into elusive back. He also has a morale up by 1 as well, so that'll make him play even better. And after this next upcoming game, he should have another upgrade, seeing as his XP up there is like 300, I think. So he has 86 speed, 90 excel, 82 agility, 85 carrying with +1 from morale. We are probably going to, on the next one, start putting it into receiving back potentially, so that we can start using him out of the backfield a little bit more. But with him achieving star dev, that basically solidifies him a spot on the roster since I believe I'm almost certain he's a rookie player. So he still has a lot of potential to get even better. And yeah, he's a 21-year-old rookie, very young for a rookie. He's at a 69. I think next one, if the morale gets taken off, obviously, he'll probably be up to about a 70, 71 within the next couple weeks if we keep running like we are. Khalif Raymond's been pretty good. The offensive line hasn't played bad. Foster Moreau has been doing okay, as well as our tight end. I think I'm debating going ahead and trying to trade for maybe one more decent corner, but we're going to wait to do that until later on in the season. And we're not going to trade for anyone super good. We're just going to trade for like a 70-something overall, just so we have one. I am planning on maybe getting Asante Samuel. I know this is a heroes to zeros type deal, but I feel like he is good enough to help us make more plays. So let's go ahead and actually do that. That way we have 2 star dev corners. Perhaps that'll help us a little bit more against better teams. There's Asante Samuel. He's a 75 overall. I don't mind giving up some picks for him, to be honest. We're going to see how close a second round gets us, because we can't give him any players, so we got to give him what we do have, which is a surplus of draft capital. Let's go ahead and give him a third from next. Maybe that'll be enough to push it through, and it is. So our new starting or second corner on the roster will be Asante Samuel. He wasn't really getting much play time with the Chargers anyways in the game, so having him here will probably help us out a lot. Now what that does do is it makes us have to go ahead and trade somebody away now. And Hodge is the only one who really hasn't caught a ball from us yet. So we're going to go to a team that really needs wide receivers, which not many are going to need like a 71 overall wide receiver, but I'm hoping we find one that could, be interested in potentially taking this wide receiver from us. But so far, it doesn't look like... Okay, the Eagles are probably our best bet at getting anything decent for him. So let's see if we can just get a 4th rounder for it. He's only a 70, so I'm not expecting to get a ton for him. We're going to see if we can maybe get a 5th round instead. But with Hodge not being that good, I'm not expecting to get anything too crazy. We're just going to try to get a 7th rounder, actually. There we go. So we trade one of our better wide receivers that weren't getting involved for a 7th, and then we traded a 2nd this and a 3rd next to get Asante Samuel on the roster. So let's take one more look to see the adjusted roster here, and then we'll go ahead and end the episode there. So Kyle Trask, we're going to hopefully be able to get him to start passing the ball better. If not, then this will be a run-first team, kind of like a Tennessee Titans type operation. And we'll probably go ahead and draft a quarterback with one of those first-rounders, or maybe sign one out of free agency. And then obviously we now have Asante Samuel Jr. and Jeff Okudah as our starting corners. That will put, I believe, slot corner. Okay, no, he's actually not the slot corner. So I think unless we hold him to 200 yards, I doubt we'll be able to get him his dev trait, which would have given us 3-star dev corners. But I feel like getting Asante Samuel was definitely worth the draft capital to do so. So Jamar does lead our league here by about 17 yards. No, 66 yards. He doesn't have that many touchdowns, but he does get a bulk of carries, and so yeah. But thank you guys for watching this one, and I'll see you guys in the next one.